Hey my immortals, it's Lila from Started Rocks again, and today we're here at the Palladium in Cologne with Nothing More. Hey.
Hello.
Nothing More's adventure started 15 years ago in San Antonio in Texas. Since then you're creating music, playing shows and travel around the world. But tell me, at which age did you start to make music, and what was the first instrument you've ever played?
I started singing at
Yeah?
when I was like 5 or whatever. I got heavily involved. There was a singing acting job at a local theme park, and I had auditioned for and got the part. And so I kind of really focused on singing for a while. My parents saw that I was decent at it. So I joined like the San Antonio Men and Boys Choir, and we toured a bit around the nation and a little internationally as well. So I kind of did that, and then my balls dropped, my voice changed, and I didn't have a lead voice anymore. so I decided I started playing guitar around 14.
Okay.
Really, and that's like, I feel like really when anyone starts to care about music and actually like something happens, it like it moves your heart, it moves your soul, and you get excited, and you get goosebumps, and that's awesome. And I want to play rock music.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. And you?
Yeah, I took piano lessons when I was real young, but it didn't stick. So once I was able to quit, I quit. And same thing as Mark, though. I think when I was 14 or 15, I heard my older brother play bass at a talent show, and yeah, it gave me goosebumps. I just kind of from there fell in love with the instrument, and that's been it pretty much. I tried to pick up guitar a little bit, but I really didn't like it. I'm still a terrible guitar player. So.
It is pretty funny watching Dan play guitar.
Yeah, you'd think I'd be able to translate it a little better, but it's bad.
Cool. Was there a special artist or a band that inspired you to make music?
It's always hard to name just one. I know there's
Maybe
so
two.
many. I was really excited about Incubus mostly at first, playing guitar. It was just, I don't know, a lot of the songs and the riffs guitar-wise were just really, really interesting and cool and neat, and a lot of effects. I got really excited about guitar effects through them. And I was a big Metallica guy for sure. Hammett and Hetfield are great players. Early on it was kind of, those were two big ones for me.
Yeah, I mainly learned like classic rock, like Led Zeppelin and stuff like that when I was young, or right when I started. I'd say the first like modern bands that I really took on, that I fell in love with, were Incubus as well, and I'd say Creed was the second one. Those were like the first two. First two modern bands, I started learning all of their music. So
Cool. Now you're here in Germany and you played several times here. Is there a special moment or memory that you connect with Germany?
Definitely like Rock 'em Ring and Rock 'em Park.
Last year?
Yeah. Just the festivals in general, the way they're run, like from the catering and all the drinks and hospitality and the shuttles that they have. It's really well organized. It's a well-oiled machine. So it's such a cool festival. And I feel like last time it was this summer, there was a huge crowd, and we played at a really good time. So that was really neat, and definitely something I'll remember.
yeah, one thing. This is a bad story, but we were in Hamburg a couple of years ago, and there was another band opening for us, Zokes from the UK, and we ran into them. We were all just going out late night, just gonna have a couple drinks, and they're these excited Englishmen, and we ended up staying out just forever, like taking shots, and went back to this little hostel thing we stayed at, fell asleep for like 2 hours, woke up the next day just feeling terrible. And we were playing a huge show in, was it Dusseldorf? With Five Finger Death Punch, which was a big deal, And Mark left all of his contact stuff at the hotel. So he could, like, that day, like, we can like barely walk, and Mark can't see, so he's missing notes, and the van got broken into that night too. So it's like freezing out. And the whole drive there, our drummer Ben was in the front seat, and I had to put a bag over the window, and the driver would have to wake Ben up every 30 seconds so Ben could pull the bag open, look out, and tell him if it's okay to get over, because he couldn't see the mirror. So I'll never forget that.
Jesus.
That was bad.
Got hamburged.
We got hamburgers. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Imagine if you had the chance to get one superpower, which power would you like to have?
So does this have to be music related?
Maybe you could choose.
Yeah.
Can
I
also-
mean, stopping time is pretty damn good.
that's good.
That's
pretty powerful.
If I could stop time, but
I could-
make
Turn back time.
not necessarily go back, but just stop it, and I could choose which things and people that I would want to like. Okay, like you can move in time like me, but time's not moving.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
cool.
cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I would be able to fly. That'd be it.
Superman.
Yeah, just Superman.
Yeah.
Mark would be able to beat me ultimately, but he could just wait me out until I
Just-
die
yeah.
if we were ever enemies. But that's what I would do.
Oh, cool. Okay. You know each other for a very long time, and I guess you experience a lot together. Tell me, how did you get to know each other, and what was the craziest thing you ever done together?
It's good questions. I mean, we knew of each other. I knew of Dan. We all kind of met actually through the same church. We kind of grew up in, in the church, and went to. I remember seeing Dan's older brother play bass in the praise band, and then I went to this summer camp that was for the church, and I remember Dan playing bass on stage, and it was just like, whoa, that guy's a great bass player. We had a bass player, a different bass player at the time, and I had always wished that it was like, oh man, we'd be such a cool band if Daniel was our bass player. And then somehow it ended up working out. We ended up becoming friends through a mutual friend that I was going to music college for, basically. And so we got to know each other a lot more. I had plenty late nights, lots of coffee, and then convinced him to move in a house with me close by, and then slowly convinced him that our band was cool and that he would actually like it, and we could have a real bass player.
Yeah, and it also helped that same church band, Johnny, our singer, was the drummer. So I knew
I
of the
heard
band.
of this, yeah.
Yeah. And he had, and I'd watched him. Yeah, at the time I didn't like the music, honestly. I don't know why, but and
Too many chops.
Yeah.
There was no groove.
No, this was high school. This was a long time ago. And
Yeah.
they're so committed they'd spend the night at each other's houses, like on the weekend practicing. And I was like, that's too much for me.
Dan
But,
had commitment issues.
I had major commitment issues at that time. I think I still do. Yeah, the craziest thing. Oh man, I don't know what the craziest thing we've ever done is. I mean, I'm sure we've all been naked somewhere that we shouldn't have been.
Actually, I think that was like when Dan first joined the band. We had this silly ritual that we would all, walk naked down this road or whatever. And Dan heavily smoked a pipe, tobacco pipe, at the time called El Bujo.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I think he had a hat on and smoking a pipe and just butt ass naked. And it was. I don't know. It was really funny. It's a silly memory.
Yeah, every time we stayed up all night driving too, we were always naked.
Yeah,
And you couldn't see. It was
helps you
dark.
stay
but
awake.
It does.
It really
Yeah,
does.
you're kind of on edge.
Yeah.
But,
Do you remember the first concert you ever been to? And if yes, with whom were you there?
I went to this Christian ska concert with the OC Supertones, the Insiders, 5 Hour and Frenzy, and it was up in like Pennsylvania. I think it was during my 8th grade, and I went with my cousin. She's 8 days older than I am, and I had gone to live with her for a year and her parents. And that was really weird. I remember learning how to skank. You do that, all that thing, and the horns, and it was neat. That was a very bad skanking impression, but
yeah, ska days were fun. I miss them.
yeah.
It's such a fun genre.
Happy.
Yeah, very
happy
happy.
music. It's good.
Yeah, I went to this like Christian, it was DC Talk. It's like a
Okay.
3-piece. It wasn't a boy band. They're really good, but I went with my older brother, I think, when I was 15. This was one of the first shows. That was the first one I really remember. So it was cool.
As I already mentioned, you travel through various countries. If you have a chance to go to a country, or if you have a chance to go to a place where you like to play, where would you play and why?
I think I'd really like to go to Sicily. I really see a lot more of Italy. A lot of my family on my dad's side is Italian, and Sicilian to be more specific. So yeah, I think it'd just be really cool to go down there and see all that and see kind of the city where, yeah, a lot of his family came from. Be neat.
Yeah, we've been to Japan twice, to Osaka and Tokyo. I'd really like to go back there, but actually it was just very brief that we were there, kind of flew in for the show and flew out.
You got super sick too.
Yeah, we got to stay twice, or 2 days in Osaka, and
And we all had an awesome time and like the time of our lives. And Dan was sick.
yeah, I just slept all day. But the headliner gave us like a 5-star hotel. I was on like the 34th floor.
We all had our own rooms.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah,
Water.
but I think it'd be fun to just explore the countryside there. You know, we've gotten to see a lot of Germany and a lot of England and France, and but all we've seen in Japan's big city, and it's just a wild place. You know, and you can't when the alphabet's different and really nobody speaks English. It's just cool. So
Yeah.
I'd like to see what's there.
After you got out of high school, did you ever want to become a musician? And, you know, is it your dream job? Would you say that this is your job, your dream job?
Yeah, most definitely. I know that this is kind of what I always wanted to do regarding music. I wasn't sure what aspect it was going to be, but I knew that, I don't know, music was something I was good at, and it was something I really cared about. And as soon as it, I think, really affected me and helped me through some things, then I knew that was kind of my calling or my goal or whatever, to help give that to other people. If I could do that for other people, then my job is complete.
Yeah, mine initially was music, and then I thought that it was going to be too hard, so I wanted to be a pilot. So I tried to do that, and I actually failed my medical because I'm colorblind, so it didn't work out. So then I went back to music, and yeah, I'm super stoked that it worked out. I'm glad I'm not a pilot either. I think it ultimately would have been a boring job, but this is exciting.
I think if we ever have enough money to buy our own private jet, there's got to be some sort of like procedure that we can do to like get the colorblind like alleviated.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
Dan's got to fly.
I'll just fly illegally. You know, nobody asked for a license. There aren't police in the air.
Doesn't matter. Good.
That's funny. Honor system.
So, if you weren't a musician right now, would you think that your job would be a pilot, or would you think that your job is maybe a policeman or something that different?
No, honestly, I say this whenever I'm asked this question. I just always say I just work at Discount Tire. It's just a U.S. tire chain shop or whatever, and there's nothing super special. They're good company, but really, it's honestly having something more stable and kind of predictable as far as like the job hours go and everything like that. Just because this job right now is just crazy. It's just like, okay, you're gonna be gone 10 months out of the year, you know, and you're gonna be home for only a few days in between, and yeah, it's just kind of off the wall. This still is my dream, and I'm still super stoked and very appreciative and blessed to be living this life. But yeah, it'd be, if I wasn't a musician, I would probably just want something more stable.
Yeah. I think I'd try to be an Alaskan bush pilot, because I don't think you have to even have a license to do that. You just take people, into the wilderness and land by a river, drop them off, and then, come back a few days later and hope that they weren't eaten by bears. So that sounds right up my alley.
Jeez.
So.
Oh, cool. So, I have a little present for you.
Ooh.
Yeah, an interview present. It's small, but here are.
Is it money?
No, it's not money. I'm too cool for this, but here
Oh,
are
awesome.
Starlight
Very
Super
Scotch
cool.
buttons.
Buttons. Nice.
Woo! So
Thank you.
Yeah,
you're
thank
welcome.
you.
Elise, do you want to say something to your fans?
Yeah, we're stoked to be here in Cologne playing today at Palladium, and hopefully we'll be back next April, something like that. There's nothing confirmed, but trying to figure some things out. Yeah, and look forward to that. So yeah, hopefully we'll see everybody again then.
Yeah, no, thanks for all the support. We love Germany.
Yeah,
Keep coming back.
good stuff.
Okay. Then that's it, my immortals. Lila is out. Be with you.